I'm surprised to see you around here. What brings you
I
to,
could say the same about you.
Oh, so...
I'm doing a news report, and she points over to the van that's like
Oh,
obviously a much nicer van
oh.
than yours. Behind it, there's like the shitty rundown RV. The contrast between those two.
So, I get it. So, you know what? You just couldn't work it out on the big screen anymore, so you had to settle for a news gig. Unlike
Well, this
me
is
and
very
my crew here, who are running the highest rated paranormal investigation show.
ah paranormal investigation.
Mm-hmm.
Yes,
Mm-hmm.
continue with your crack pipe theories
Oh, it's not
and
crack
looking
pipe.
for
It's not
haunted
Olivia,
asylums.
come
Oh
here,
yeah, I
Olivia, come
saw
here,
that
Olivia,
Can I
episode.
Olivia,
I
can I
saw
just
that
be
episode.
like, I'm just like trying to like see if I can feel his son out of the by the grave, if it's like the boy that touched me. I'm just standing over there
Yes.
doing that.
Yes. So you're on the ground. You're like trying to like look. You're like doing
I
this
don't
weird
know.
thing.
I honestly I don't know where my producer is. She is just not here. But we have a producer.
she
Tell her-
clearly
tell her,
sees this
Tommy.
lady on the ground, her hands on the grave, like closing her eyes. Yes, your producer. I've met her.
You've met my producer?
Actually, I've seen her. Seen her, I should say.
Well, you haven't met me, have you?
That's right. That's right.
Do I have a reason to meet you?
You don't know Tommy.
Sean comes back. Hey, she knows. She whispers,
She
kind of.
knows.
You can overhear it.
Hear that?
Sean
She
says that
knows.
to Edna.
Well, I think that you and your ragtag group of miscreants need to get out of my shot. We have the rights to be here. I don't believe that you actually have any documentation that
Oh
allows you
my
to be
God.
on my...
Is it
Oh,
this
and the
again?
documentation.
And Sean like kind of puts his hand on Edna's shoulder as she's taking a very deep breath. And Edna, or Mrs. Store, we've got the shots we need. Don't bother about this. Let's move on.
Yeah, move on.
Yeah, move on. Go ahead and move on. Just go ahead and move on.
and at your
Yeah.
prodding, she just takes a deep breath and starts walking over. They grab their like real nice tripod camera setup. She like put it together. They undo the camera. It looks so nice.
right. And you know
Real
what?
pros don't need all the bells and whistles.
That's right. Tommy is worth more than 2 of your other people.
5,
All right.
at least.
Okay, 5.
You
Five.
say you're like getting louder and louder as they're like walking away.
And as she's
Max-
doing, I have my hand on Max's like shoulder, and I'm bringing Max closer to me. And you know what I'm going to do as well, Edna? I'm going to get the story that you couldn't get right here. And my new friend, what the hell is your name?
Max, that's you.
Yes, I am Max Wundt.
I'm going to get Maxie's story here, something that you couldn't do.
There is no story here.
Would you please be quiet? This doesn't concern me.
there is
This does
a
not concern me
story.
at all.
They're literally already gone. You're like kind of shouting into the air. I'm gonna get this story, and you're not.
That's right.
You're not gonna get the story.
You need to check all of the basic channels. My show is going to be on there. All
She's
right?
like looking at you from in the car that's like closed now behind the glass, just shaking her head
All right, I'm so sorry about
as she's
that.
driving away.
If you wouldn't mind, Max, could you give me a bit of a somber reason as to why you're here for the funeral?
That is my position here is just merely professional from the asylum's point. But
So is mine. So,
yes.
oh, you're saying that Frederick was in the asylum? That is
No.
a bombshell. Thomas, did you get that?
That is incorrect. You do not misquote me, young lady. That is not the reason we are here.
It's not a misquote if you said it. If you said it,
You
it's a quote.
saying one thing and then adding to another is not a quote. It is not a direct quote. That is your misunderstanding. Take that quote. It is a misunderstanding on your side.
I'll
Okay.
take that quote. I don't know if I'll use it in post.
If you do not desist, we will have to perhaps say create a lawsuit against your company. And I will use my persuade. Can I use my persuade?
Yes, contested by Haley's persuade.
Uh-oh.
So contested rolls. Let's make sure how this works. We are going to give Haley a penalty dice. Because you are poor and you could not afford a lawsuit.
But I'm poor, so if they sue me, there's really not a whole lot.
True.
There's nothing. I have nothing to lose in this matter.
So persuade harder.
You lose your
Yeah,
van.
Persuade harder, sir. Now you can spend luck, but you can't push the roll.
Yeah.
Not only will you lose your occupation, you will lose your license, and we'll make sure you don't work for any reporting services anywhere.
Oh, let's actually
Joke's on you, she doesn't have a license.
I look over at I'm like,
Oh my God! There's the penalty right there.
So you are an illegal reporter. An illegal reporter. What are you, a tabloid?
I'll actually let Haley. You can use persuade or fast talk.
okay, I'll use persuade.
Okay.
What's my how do I do penalty for this?
So you're gonna roll. Both of you guys are gonna roll 1d100 or a d100. For the penalty dice, re-roll a second tens dice and use the higher one.
Okay.
Now remember that the way the opposed roll works is that the tier of success determines the winner. So if someone fails, then obviously, and the other person succeeds, that obviously counts.
Gotcha.
If you both succeed, then no one wins. We'll kind of have to tiebreaker is the higher skill, not the roll.
Okay.
And then you guys can, if someone gets a hard success and the other one gets a success, then
Okay.
So a D100 and then a D10?
yeah, well, just D100 for you.
Okay. I rolled a 5.
You rolled a 5, bullshit.
0, 0, and a 5.
I rolled a 5 and then I rolled an 8 for the D10. I don't know if you can see that. Here.
Is the first one is a D100 and you rolled 5?
Yep.
You can't roll a 5 on a D100.
You can.
Double
though.
0 and then 5.
Yeah.
Oh,
Okay.
okay. I think you meant like the D100.
What's your
by itself was a
What's your
5.
persuade skill?
70.
70.
Yeah, no, he won. I got a 36.
Yikes.
So yeah, you have a
he won.
extreme success at the
I was
mention.
successful, but not extremely successful.
Well, yeah. At the mention of the lawsuit, your mouth shuts.
All right, fine.
And
I'm
you
sorry.
walk backwards.
So, Max, let me just tell you right here, that woman, she is what I like to call the devil. And she sometimes just brings the worst out of me. I do apologize. We will not use that in post in the show. I'm sorry.
Yes, I'm glad you understand now. But I understand where you are coming from.
Okay, so you understand that she's the devil. That's fantastic. I'm
Why
so
do you
glad
feel
you
this
understand that.
way? Why do you feel this way, Miss Haley?
Well, when you see evil, you know it, right?
And what was your mother like?
My mother?
Yes.
I mean, she was a very nice woman. She was very tall. She taught me all about, correct
Did
posture.
you
I
see
go on
her
for
as
some
the
time
devil
now.
also?
No, my mother was a saint. She put up with me.
I see. So your father was the devil then?
No,
And why do you think that is?
I don't know. Maybe something from my childhood.
Oh? Your parents, maybe? Let's talk more about your mother.
My mom never really let me go outside.
And do you resent her for that?
okay, so you understand that she's the devil.